Hi, my name is Ray. I'm just getting started on planting some vegetables, herbs, and flowers for um, the growing season. We're in a Zone 6 garden in the Western New York area. It's a little early for most people to start their vegetables, but as you can see, we're in a plant room here, and I like to start mine early, get them nice and big. So hopefully, when we do have the short growing season that we do have, uh, I get a lot more production. Um, so I'll just go through some of the plants that I'm going to start, and then I'll show you how I get some of them started. So I'm going to go through more of a general, not every individual one, because I've got 17 different types of plants I'm going to start. The flower I'm going to start is a type of echinacea or cone flower. This one is a fancy one called green twister. Um, then we've got a couple types of sweet peppers, a purple one and a king of the north, which is supposed to be a variety that's good up here in New York. Um, we've got 4 different types of eggplants. And the reason why we have 4 different types of eggplants is because I've not had good luck with any eggplants in my garden, so I figure I'll give a bunch of different ones a try and figure out which one works good for me. We then have some lettuce leaf basil. The cool thing about this is the leaves get massive, so you only need a few to use when cooking, or you can toss it in a salad as a different green other than just lettuce. Then we have some bloody dock. There's also common dock that is a weed for most people, but I don't know if common dock is edible, but this type of dock is edible and it comes back year after year, and it's supposed to be similar to spinach. Then we've got a couple types of peppers, banana peppers and jalapenos. We've got 3 different types of tomatoes. German lunchbox tomato. I got this from local seed library. Yellow pear and a maroon striped tomato. These 2 are like small cherry type tomatoes that I saved the seed myself. And then this last one is a cucumber, Market More 76, which is probably one of the more common cucumbers I've seen. This I'm actually going to try to grow inside and actually be able to harvest it before our growing season, but never done cucumbers inside before. We'll see how it goes. But today I'm going to use these plastic trays. So I've taken most of them and filled them. This one here I'm just going to fill. A lot of people, when they start their seeds, they sift their dirt. I don't bother because I'm lazy, and to me it doesn't make much of a difference. Other people dispute that. So the reason why I make sure I level it off is that if these are filled to the brim, if when the plants start to grow, the roots will actually jump from one pod to the other, and then when you're trying to separate them, they'll be connected in the middle by some roots. So I've got them all leveled. I have 17 different types of seeds. There's 72 pods in here, and that'll make for about 4 of each variety in here. Some I may do 3, some I may do 5. It all depends on what I want to grow. So I'll start with the cucumber seeds just to show you. These are probably the largest seed out of all these that I'll be planting today. I like to put 2 seeds per section just so that if one doesn't germinate, it's got a backup. One of the things to do is you take the end of a pen or Sharpie or whatever you have, put a little indent, and then drop the seeds in, and then just cover it up. And then you go on and do that for however many you want to do. So I planted most of the things in here. The last thing I'm gonna plant is a type of tomato. This is a dwarf tomato. It's called Mini Bell tomato. I got it from Baker Creek Seeds. They grow maybe at the biggest, probably 6 inches tall. And they produce little cherry tomatoes. They're great for indoor gardening because they don't grow big, so you can grow them right in the little pots and have a little harvest during the winter months. Usually I get these started sooner. I had them started sooner, but then had an issue with aphids, and I tried to treat them with some neem oil. That didn't work, so I ended up just putting the plants outside and letting the aphids go away like they do in the wintertime. So I lost the plant, so I'm replanting them now. So those are done. Oops. We keep most of our seeds in these envelopes because paper sucks up moisture and keeps them away from the seeds so that they keep longer. We also keep all of our seeds in the basement, which is cool, which is also another way to keep your seeds longer. Now we gotta water. Actually gotta find a spray bottle to do the top. I like to mist the top of them rather than just do the bottom at first, so that the whole section or the whole portion of the soil gets wet. I don't want to water all of these from the top because some of them have really tiny seeds, and if I pour this water in the top, it'll move all the seeds to like the sides. So I'm going to water it all from the top now, and then later I'm going to get a spray bottle and I'll spray all the tops of them with a spray bottle so that the tops get wet too. And then you just keep them moist and wait for them to sprout. And that's pretty much it. So I'll water these from the bottom for now.